All right, this is your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned the truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, These Women Have Too Much Control and Hatred. All right, it's going to be entitled, These Women Have Too Much Control and Hatred. Now, I got a spice to do this lesson because of this post that I came across. And as you can see, I cropped it and everything like that so I can keep the person's identity from being revealed. All right. But, I came across this post and I was like, you know what? Let me do a short lesson on this because, we have to continue to expose the type of behavior from these Babylonian women, which is these American women, especially the ones that's in the world. Speaking to you Negro, Latino, and Native American women, all right? A lot of you all are out of order, and it shows when you come across posts like this, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and read it. It says, when it comes to respect and my kids, I don't play. I ask my BDs for one thing, and y'all can't respect that. Nigga, you dead 100. These my kids, my way or the grave. Nigga. Fuck you thought. Can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. All right. So I read this post. I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and put together a lesson. Bring out a few scriptures on this because this is what we have to deal with on a daily basis when it comes to these American women, especially the so-called black women. All right. We already know that she's the worst out of them all. So I came across this and I was like, you know what, man? Look at all these red flags that instantly comes to mind when you read this small little post. Didn't even say a lot, but it exposes a lot. All right. When you read it, it says, when it comes to respect and my kids, I don't play. All right. She says she don't play. So when it comes to certain things that she wants or needs to be done, when it comes to her kids, she's going to show up and show out. It says, I asked my BDs, another red flag. We already know what that stands for. That stands for baby daddies. So she has more than one man in her life that's supposed to be fathers to her children. All right. All of her children have different fathers. All of them. She said, my BDs. All right. She has more than one baby daddy. She laid with multiple men. And it says, and y'all can't respect that. I don't know what that is, but it must be something that's getting her angry like this because she was like, nigga, you dead. These my kids, my way or the grave. See that? These are my kids, my way or the grave. So she like, look, I don't care what you have to say, what you doing in your life. If you don't give me what I want, these are my kids. You ain't never gonna see them. You can never say anything to me or change my mind on how I'm gonna raise my kids, or if you even get a chance to see them. Pretty much, all right? She like, look, I own these kids. All right, they're gonna be around her all the time. They're gonna follow her orders all the time, and the father figure is gonna be absent. Like I said, now I don't know what her situation is. Of course, I don't know the full details of anything like that. But of course, when you come across posts like this, you have no choice but to just see exactly for what it is. I mean, come on, man. BDs, my kids, my way or the grave. And you already say, when you come, well, not already say, but when you come across things and people say things like that, like my way or the grave, it's like either you doing this shit my way or you dead to me. Like everything is going to go according to what how I want it to be. That's some bullshit, man. That's some bullshit. And this is why we say over and over and over again, stop getting these women pregnant, man. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. It's already, dangerous enough to lay with them. All right. When you lay with them, you got to be strategic in these days. You got to be strategic. You literally got to be like, okay, look, strap it up, put the condom on. Then after you done, man, look exactly where it's at. Make sure you dispose of it because these females will do the most. These females will do the most. And this is not even something to be funny. these females will do the most. All right, just like when Drake, when he said he was with this one female, he was like, look, I got the condom myself. He said, and he poured hot sauce in it, so then that way, if the female wanted to look for it, so then that way she can actually get the condom and put it, you know, not to get graphic, but put it back inside of her and try to get pregnant. It won't work because the hot sauce would have burned everything that was in there. All right. So literally, you got to, like I said, you got to be strategic when it comes to laying with these women. And the reason being is because you don't want to get in situations like this, man. Child support is already wicked, all right, because the majority of the men out there don't deserve to be on it. We already know that. Now, of course, there's a lot of dudes out there that literally is just being deadbeat dads on purpose. They are. And, you know, and if they come across, you know, being on child support or whatever, hey, that's on them. They should have tried to be there in the first place. You know, a lot of them just look at these females and they just get with them, and then they just be like, they don't care what the consequences are as far as getting them pregnant, so they desert them. But the scriptures tell you to not stumble at the beauty of a woman. All right. You're not supposed to be like, okay, yeah, she's fine and everything, but you're not thinking about what you're doing when you laying with her. All right. So at the end of the day, you just got to be safe, because when you come across this type of behavior and this attitude, you trapped for life, man. You are trapped for life, or at least until the children turn 18, and then they can get off of child support. But even then, because there's examples out there of people who still got to pay child support even after the children grow up to be 18, because of this wicked ass legal system, man. All right. So like I said, when this type of shit right here is going to stop. These, like I said, these women have too much control. They have too much power, and they got to be humbled, and not humbled in a good way either. So let's get start off with Jeremiah chapter 31. Go to verse 22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. And that's exactly what we're experiencing right now. When you see posts like this, okay, and it says, I asked my BDs for one thing, and y'all can't respect that. Nigga, you did 100. These my kids, my way or the grave. This is one clue to let you know that she's over all of her baby daddies, even though she only supposed to just have one man in her life, but she got multiple, and she's over all of them, because she can make decisions like that, because the kids evidently must live with her, and the fathers are nowhere to be found for whatever reason. So this is why I says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. A woman is over men, where women are over men in this society. You see them in the manager positions. They're in the power seats. They have control. They have the control over the families. They're the ones that wear the quote unquote pants in the majority of these relationships. Okay, they make all the rules pretty much, and they get away with murder all the time. All right, when you get married and, you know, file for divorce, shit, 80 to 90% of the time, the woman just got into that marriage just so she can get half of your shit, man. That's the reality of it. Women are over men in this society, and that's why the scriptures say a man is going to be more precious than fine gold when all hell breaks loose. Because these women are going to realize exactly what they are when shit hits the fan, man. They're going to realize that they're just women. They are the weaker vessel. All of this hiding behind this legal system, hiding behind the police, hiding behind, you know, the money that they have, so forth and so on. That shit going to stop, because none of that is going to protect them in the times that's coming. What is child support going to do when there's literally multiple men out there that's going to be trying to get you or force you to ride the cock carousel over and over and over again? All right. What is money, child support, being proud, being hateful? What is all of that going to do when literally you're going to have your own enemies to worry about when all hell breaks loose, man? When you realize that shit, none of your baby daddies is going to be around to protect you. You're going to have all them kids around you, and guess who's going to have to protect them kids and, you know, protect those kids and keep themselves away from the crazy people that's getting ready to be out here? And who's going to protect you when all hell breaks loose? What you going to do? Because the majority of these women, you know, especially when you look at our women, a lot of them are not, you know, they not tall, they not strong, and even if they were, what you really gonna do when a man comes into your situation? These women gonna realize exactly what they are. They are the weaker vessel, vessel. All right, and it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna become desperate to look for a man, but the Most High is not gonna allow it, man. He's not gonna allow it. He's gonna be like, you know what? No, this is time. You wanted to talk all that shit when you were hiding behind Esau. Now that Esau's not there to actually protect you, Esau's gonna be one of the ones to actually get you. Now you ain't gonna have nowhere to go. So hey, they're gonna have to face the consequences. So let's get Sirach chapter 36 and go to verse 24. It says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. All right. So when you read things like this, saying, look, these my kids, my way or the grave, we know that that's off. Because first of all, the scriptures say when a man gets a wife, he begins a possession. So the wife belongs to the husband. So what about the kids then? Because there's an order when it comes to this. Like the scriptures say, the order is the Most High, Yahweh, then his son, Yahweh Shai, then the man, then the woman. All right, that's how it goes. So technically, the wife and the children belong to the man, because that's how you identify exactly who you are too, by the pose of your fathers, the names of your fathers. When people go and seek whoever it is, they ask for the father's name. They be like, where are you from? And they'll say the father's name, because he owns that whole family. Okay. Now, of course, the mother, the wife, of course, when they have kids or whatever, of course, the kids, they belong to her too, because, that's the mother, it's the mother and the father, and then, the children, or, not in that order, but you know what I'm trying to say. All right. The father and the mother, they work together and they take care of the children. But at the end of the day, ultimately, all right, the family belongs to the father. So that's why it says, he that getteth a wife beginneth a possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. This is exactly the complete opposite of what we're getting here in Babylon. We're not getting the help like unto himself, and we're definitely not getting rest from these wicked ass women, man. It says, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. And this is why you see a lot of people going crazy. Just like I came across this post earlier today, it looked like an Issachar, right? He went and married a doll. He got a whole doll or whatever, and he's walking around with it, going to the festival and going out to eat and everything, because they say he's lonely and he can't find a woman that can make him happy. So the nigga went crazy. Famo went crazy. That's why it says, where no hedge is, there the possession is spoiled, and he that hath no wife will wander up and down mourning. Yeah, because the Most High already knew from the beginning that we needed somebody here with us. That's why he was like, it's not good for man to be alone. You can read that in the book of Genesis. He was like, it's not good for man to be alone. Let's create the woman to be there for him, so they can be a help like unto himself and a pillar of rest. But like I said, we're not getting that on this side at all. We're not getting that, period. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of these men out here are going crazy, and you seeing a lot of these women getting deleted, from their baby daddies or their ex-boyfriends, whatever the case may be, man. These women are driving them crazy. Now let's get let me see. We're gonna get Sirach 26. Let's get Sirach 26 and then go to verse 26. And it says, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. And that's exactly what you see right here. All right. It says, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly of all. She is definitely dishonoring all of them. Even though it's only supposed to be one, but she's dishonoring, her husbands, even though it's not supposed to be husbands. And technically we already know that they're not her husbands anyway, because, the only way that you could really have a legit husband is the first man that you laid with. Whoever took her virginity, that's her actual husband. All right. Other than that, it's just committing adultery. That's all it is. But we already know how this society is, and that's why the scriptures say, just rehearse the righteous acts. Once you come into the truth, you realize, like, okay, well, you find a woman that's single, then she understands that and whatever, and you move so forth and so on, and you just keep it moving, man. Because if that was the case, we wouldn't be able to lay with any of these women, because all of them have been with somebody else before you got there. All right, but read it again. It says, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him in her pride shall be counted ungodly. She's dishonoring, all right, the men that she was with by having this type of behavior, man. All right, these my kids, my way or the grave, nigga, fuck you thought. Over here, speaking all tough and everything, but the thing is, when it comes down to real shit, man, like I said, the only reason why these women would speak like this and get a deep ass voice out of nowhere and run up on these dudes' faces because they know that they'll get away with it. They can slap them around, get all type of weapons, hit them. It's all kind of videos out there with dudes getting stabbed and all kind of shit, man. And the dudes can call the police or whatever, but the majority of the time, the women always win. They always get away with this shit because we already know that Esau set it up like that because they don't want any of the father figures in the crib. They gotta attack that Israelite man. They gotta make sure that he's down and out of the way. This is done on purpose. And that's fucked up that these women out here don't see that. They don't see that. Some of them do. It is some videos out there, with women, admitting like, yeah, we are the problem. We are the problem when it comes to these so-called relationships. But the thing is, the other women, they don't care about that because they just look at men as a prophet, or not, not a prophet that teaches, but, to come up, success, a way to get some type of money out of them. All right. They look at them for profit. And that's why, things have to change. Things definitely have to change. And they will. They will. Let's stay in the same book. We already know Sirach got heat when it comes to speaking about the women. So let's get Sirach 25. Then we're going to go to verse 13. And it says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. All right. We would rather be sick. We would rather be broke. We'd rather be homeless. We'd rather work at McDonald's and make $10 an hour than to come home and deal with the wickedness of a woman, man. All of us been there, man. All of us been in these toxic ass relationships where we'll come home, we'll try to do right by them. They'll yell at you, they'll scream, they'll go out, flirt with other men in front of your face, do all kind of shit, man. Do all kind of shit. And they don't care. They don't care at all, man. They don't care at all. And it gets tiresome. You just be like, damn, man, I got to come home to this. Like I said, I always remember that stand-up that Martin Lawrence did. It's called Run Tell That. He was doing this part where he was sitting at the bar talking to the bartender and everything. And he was like, oh, God, I got to go home to the wife tonight. You know what? Let me get a double. Literally, men be out there thinking like that. Like, man, let me get something stronger so I can at least be out of my spirit. And I can at least be some type of intoxicated a little bit so I ain't got to worry about really thinking about this bitch, man. They can't even go home sober and be happy at home because they got to deal with the wickedness of these females, man. That's why it says, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. And it says, in any affliction but the affliction from them that hate me, and any revenge but the revenge of enemies. Verse 16, it says, I had rather dwell with the lion and the dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman. All right. The wickedness of a woman changeth her face, and darkeneth her countenance like sackcloth. Her husband shall sit among his neighbors, and when he heareth it, shall sigh bitterly. He's ashamed to be around her, man. Ashamed. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. All right. And this is what I was saying earlier. It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. Yeah. Because the thing is, like I said, you'll run into these females. All right. And you'll be like, damn, she got body, she cute, she pretty, so forth and so on or whatever. And it'll make you, you won't be thinking clearly when you see her, because the only thing that you thinking about is getting with her. All right, that's all you thinking about. You're not actually thinking about what type of person she may actually be as far as bringing you down in life, putting you through all kind of hell. You're not thinking about that. The only thing that you thinking about is, man, let me get in between her, and hopefully, she feeling me when I go over there and speak to her. That's why I said, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure. All right, you got to be careful when you come to dealing with these women out here, man, because, man, this is, like I said, this ain't even a long post, but this is a short post, but it says a lot. Says a lot, man. She's dealing with multiple baby daddies, and he got control of all of the kids, man, all of them. And she like, look, if you don't do what I say, hey, these my kids or the grave. That's crazy as hell, man. That's wild as hell. Well, we'll get one last scripture, man, because like I said, this is what the Most High is getting ready to do. The Most High is getting ready to put them in their place. You'll get Isaiah chapter 32, go to verse 9. It says, rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. The Most High like, look, listen to what my prophets have to say. The prophets over here giving you the warning, saying like, hey, look, you better turn back to being an actual wife. You better turn back to being a wife, a woman of the Lord, because if not, hey, the Most High got something for you. It says, many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vengeance shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. He like, look, you better prepare, because if you ain't getting right, he said, tremble, because terrifying times is getting ready to happen to you. It says, be troubled. Yeah, because he's going to put you in situations where you're going to wish that you had somebody out there to protect you. You're going to wish that you were in a better situation, and the Most High is going to get you in the right place at the right time. And he gonna start deleting a lot of y'all, man, because there's more women out here than men. So he gonna start deleting a lot of y'all, just for the simple fact that you not listening to what we have to say. We keep telling you, you got to stop being a nigga woman out here. You got to start being a helpmeet to your men. You got to start being a woman for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. If you don't do that, the Most High like, okay, well, you're not following my ways. You're not giving ear into my speech. Well, I got to do something about this. You're not worthy enough to be on this earth. You in the way. You're polluting the earth with your wickedness. So he got to get you out of here, man. And that's exactly what's about to happen with, like I said, a lot of them, the majority of them. Now that Isaiah 4:1 is going to be something real. That's going to be a real gift for the women that actually get to experience that. The ones that actually get chosen to be like, look, you could be one of my wives, you can follow me, and you can be safe. Those women ain't gonna say shit. They gonna realize like, yeah, you know what, you right. They gonna see 4, 5, 6, 7, however many other women that's following him. They gonna be like, well, I'm an addition. And they not gonna feel bad about that either. They're not going to feel bad about that, because they're going to realize what times they're in, and they're going to realize like, hey, there were a lot of videos and people saying that, a man's supposed to have more than one wife, but they really going to realize it then, because they're going to realize, that man is allowing them and guiding them to eat. They're giving you instructions and you surviving, because that's what a man is supposed to do. A man is supposed to protect, and you already know the elect men, they're going to be out here protecting the women that's with them, because they're gonna have that spiritual power in that day. So, hey, tremble, you women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. You better beg for your life. You better beg for your life and hope that the Most High chooses you to be part of the elect. All right, because the scriptures do speak about the elect lady. There's gonna be women that's gonna make it, but the majority of women like this, they not gonna make it, guaranteed. They're not gonna make it, because it's hard for a woman to come to the conclusion where she needs to acknowledge her ways and change. They're not gonna do it. They have too much pride. We read that earlier. They have too much pride. They're gonna stay stuck in their ways, and then they finally gonna realize or try to change when shit hits the fan. But it's gonna be too late then. It's gonna be too late. The ones that you ran away, they not gonna run back to help you. You ran them away before, so why would they come back now? So, like I said, I just wanted to speak on this a little bit because, like I said, this is the type of behavior that we got to deal with on a daily basis, and it's just sad, man. It is, but we already know that our Lord Yahweh Shai is getting ready to come back, and He's getting ready to clean up the earth. So repent, man. Repent before it's too late. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, Call Halayim, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Rad Tazad, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.